That's right. Today I made Snake in Jujutsu Shenanigans, the retro game that you just control a snake, eat apples, and grow bigger. And that's exactly what I made here. And I'm gonna show you guys and explain what I did. So first, I made this 7 by 7 grid, which is 49 blocks of logic in total. I want you guys to keep that number in mind, which is 49. And each one of these has a different signal corresponding with the block itself. Now, of course, over here is the control section of the panel. This is only the display. This only displays the current things that are happening on board, and this is where everything is controlled, or where the player is supposed to be when playing the game. Now, as you can see, this control section consists of a lot of touch blocks, which correspond to the light blocks on this visual panel, and as you can also see, there are these moveset blocks. These are for the apples, but I'll get to that later. The first thing I'm going to explain is the control part, which are these boost blocks, which control your movement, and that's from this over here. This is the controller, or basically the thing that you press buttons and then you go right, left, up, down, left, right. I already said that. But basically, over here I got my character block, which turns me into the snake, and over here you have left, up, right, and this is supposed to be down, but unfortunately it doesn't show. Now, if I go on the board right now, like this, as you can see, it shows me right there, and if I press a button, I go up, right, down, and left. This is because, of course, I have a connection block set up to my character block, which sends out a signal, and that sends signals to this, which then moves these dummies to these touch blocks, which then move me using the boost blocks. And that's how I made the controller. So now you can control the snake going up, right, left, down, up, right. Now we're doing the apples. For a snake to grow bigger, it needs to eat apples, and because I wanted to torture myself, I decided that the apple system should be randomized. So you get an entire new 7 by 7 grid, of course, doubled by the fact I have to use connect blocks, because if I want to make signals random, I need to use a character block again. Now, how this works is that I get a move that has set of branches, and I put 49 different branches, as you can see. And all of these branches correspond to one of these. And when the ability is activated, it chooses a random thing. This is the only way to get a random signal out of something. I am appreciated that Z added this, but dude, is it tedious to do. Now, once a random signal is chosen, like this one, H5A, it sends a signal towards this over here, which then goes to the visual portion and adds a red thing, which is the apple. When an apple is added, it also activates this corresponding moveset block over here, which enables it, and when you walk over it, you get the move. And that move, of course, sends out another connection block, which goes to this first. This is a safety clutch, of course. It teleports a NPC that's over there back to here so that it can use another move and then make another choice with the apple. So the apples can always get chosen randomly. And over here, it does this is a count. Or basically, every time I eat an apple, it counts it and goes to the next one. So every apple I eat, it goes to the ultimate count. Now this works by having a dummy go through the ramps, and every time it goes through one of them, it gets a touch block, and that's how we know if we ate an apple or not. Now, the giant elephant in the room are are these things, which have a lot of connect blocks, or a lot of connections. This is the tail portion. All of this is the tail portion. You know, when you eat an apple, you get a tail. At first, I wanted to use dummies. You know, every time you eat an apple, there's going to be a set delay where a dummy keeps following you. But then I realized that dummies are laggy. The more dummies you add to something or a single project, the laggier it gets. So it was safer to use light blocks or just logic blocks entirely. However, this led to me making this contraption. Now, you probably think I already finished making Snake like fully, but no, I can only have 5 tails at a time, or I can only grow 5 tails. Here, I'll show you. So if I just do a little game over here, I pick up an apple, and oh, I didn't press left in time. I go over here, and as you can see, there's a tail following me. I pick up another apple. This thing goes away, and boom, and 2 tails following me now. And another apple spawns in, so let's get that. And now we have 3 tails. Look at that. So now let's pick up tails, and we can keep doing this until we hit the limit, or the limit of what I made so far, which is in total 4 tails. Because making more than that, I'll explain why making more would be a pain, a real pain. But as you can see, when you pick up the 5th apple, the tail just disappears completely. Now, the reason for this is because each one of these represents a tail. This is tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, and tail 4. Same with this, but it doesn't really matter. Now, each one of these, when you pick up an apple, sends a signal to here, which sends a signal to the corresponding 49 different platforms. Now, listen up. I had to repeat this process 4 different times, and all of these blocks are separate. So there's in total 49 times 3 for one of these, times 4 for all of these, and just add a little extra 4 because there's 4 timer blocks which I have to place. Now the reason for the timer blocks is because there's always going to be a delay between you and the tail. So like when the way that the tail works is that when you go to a touch block over here, which sends a signal to the visual thing, it also sends a signal to one of these, which adds a little delay and adds the tail. That's why the tail is following you, because there's a delay, not because of some other reason. The only way you can make a tail is through the delay thing. That was a lot of explaining. So, we got the tail setup portion, and the reason for this, the reason why I haven't finished the snake thing, is because I have to go in and manually change every single one of these each time I copy them. I can't just copy the entire row, because every row here has a specific code attached to them, like 1A or 2A or B4, which I have to manually go and input the right thing, which is, it's a lot. So anyways, apart from tediousness of having to do this, the apple part was easy to make. The controller part over here is pretty simple, and all that's really a problem are just the tail parts. Now, you're probably wondering, Poco, why don't you just, when you eat an apple, send out a signal that makes a delay itself? Well, that's because I can't count how many apples you eat. I need a way to count how many apples, because if I did that method, then there would only be 1 tail in the entire time you're playing the game. The way to have more than 1 tail is through a count system. So by having my dummy over here, go through one of these, there's touch blocks on the other side. The dummy counts how many times I ate an apple, and the amount of times I ate one would be the amount of times that these things get a signal. So I'll show you right now. If I go down here and eat an apple, I'm of course gonna get a tail. And as you can see, this column of light blocks has lit up. That's because they're at the buffer 1, or when the dummy, the count, has reached 1. And you can reach a total of 49, of course, which is the amount of, spaces I got in total. But that means I have to do this 49 times. And that is gonna be a lot, because I need to do this 49 times with a total of 49, because there's 49 here, 49 there, and so that's 49 times 3 times 49, which is a lot. So in theory, yes, you can make Snake in Jujutsu Shenanigans. It's possible. It's just very tedious. Well, I mean, yeah. That's the end of the video, guys. I'll put some gameplay on screen in case you guys wanna play the game. Here's the map code. If someone can hope to improve this, I would really hope for some suggestions, because I will I really want to finish this, but it's taking forever. And yeah, thank you all for watching.